graders. So this is the first of the 3 options for your relative age dating activity. This one is finding clues in rock layers. Now, you're going to need this picture, and I will admit it did not print the best. So please check in your Schoology folder for a digital version so that you can kind of see better, like, that this is a bone. So that this is a feather, dinosaur foot, things like that. Okay, another feather. Okay, so that'll all be showing up better online. So here's what you're going to do. Use the information from the diagram, also on Schoology, but this is the diagram, to answer these questions. So you are going to be looking at 2 different dig sites, using things such as fossils and intrusions in certain rock layers to help you to be able to answer these questions. Now, you need to remember your principles of relative age dating in order to make sure that you are lining up appropriate layers with one another based off of fossils and all that fun jazz. So that. So the first set of questions, so 1 through 5, is all going to be answered using just site 1. Okay, so you're only going to be looking at site 1 while you answer those 5 questions. Then when you come down here and you start answering site 2, this is site 2 and site 1. You use the information from 2 and 1. You're comparing both this and this. Okay, so the first question at site 1, what fossil clues in layer A and B indicate the kind of environment that existed when these rock layers were formed? How did the environment change in layer D? So I need to look at A and B. Now, let's see if I zoom in, will it get it a little bit better for you? So I'm seeing ammonites, trilobites, shells, fish. Okay, then I have this lava, and then D, I have a dinosaur foot. Okay, so the question is essentially asking, what was the environment like in layers A and B? Well, if we're looking at trilobites, ammonites, and fish and shells, we can assume that the layer at this point in time, the environment, was all marine. Okay, now you need to put it in a complete sentence. Okay, marine or ocean. It is underwater. Okay, so that's what's happening there. Now for the second question, how did the environment change in layer D? Well, we go from all this marine life to all of a sudden a dinosaur. So this layer must have been above sea level to where other animals could exist. Okay, so above sea level / maybe continental crust. Continental crust. Okay, now these are just thought processes. Please make sure that you're putting these into like actual answers and responses. Okay, so that is just an example of how you're going to answer the questions for up here. Okay, for site 2, and we're looking at site 2 and 1. Okay, so which layer at site 1 might have formed at the same time as layer W at site 2? Well, let's scooch in here. So layer W, we have a shell, an ammonite, and a fish. So where do we see a shell, an ammonite, and a fish at site 1? Well, we're looking at B, shell, ammonite, fish. So that matches up. So it's as if I could take W and B and put them at the same level. Okay? So which layer would have happened? Layer B. Okay? What clues show an unconformity or a gap in the horizontal rock layer, assuming now that B and W are technically at the same spot, okay? What happened that would show the gap? Maybe why are we missing A? There are other layers at 1 that we're missing at 2. Why would we have that? Okay? So, like I said, this will be in Schoology in the same folder that you would find the direct link to this video. So, there shouldn't be any issues. If you have any questions though, please feel free to ask your teacher and we will help you the best that we can. Fantastic. Thank you.